Hey YouTube family, how you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to part 4 of the 1982 made in Japan STRAT Resurrection. I got some parts, new pickguard, new back cover. We're going to install those and do a final setup and see what this thing can do. Alright, so for a pickguard, I decided to go with this Music Lily. It's kind of a pearloid off-white pickguard. So it's not a heavy pearl. It'll just give the guitar a little bit of dimension. Kind of give it that classic faded white look. The original pickguard, which is still kind of assembled, was really white. Like really bright white. So I wanted to kind of smoothen that a bit. And with the Music Lily stuff, totally shielded already. The back cover matching, and screws are supplied. Can't go wrong. Anyway, we're gonna get that transferred, see what the guitar looks like. And this is the old pickguard, so it just had a small little bit of shielding over here. You know, pretty messy. And very, very thin. Very thin. Right, well, here's the back. I used some copper shielding tape just to hold the wires in place, as opposed to zip ties, because I didn't have any small ones. That works well. These have to be connected to the output jack, and this one has to go to ground, and this is an extra ground that I've added. And here's the front. So if it was up to me, these knobs and those pickup covers would be black, as with that switch, just to offset. But it's kind of an off-white pearl pickguard with some kind of yellowed over time, knobs and pickup covers. So I think, you know what, on the black, I think it'll look good, but we're going to see it installed in a minute. All right, guys and girls, it's pretty much done. Pretty much done. You know, we got it shining as much as we can. Got that off-white pearloid pickguard, but it looks white compared to these yellowed pickup covers and these yellowed volume knob covers. Yeah, the original bridge, so these saddles look a little better than the original. This is all original. Yeah, the neck, those frets turned out really nice. Neck cleaned up really nice. I got the original string trees back on. Well, the ones that were on it anyway. I don't think those were original. And original tuners, I just, snug them up, and they're nice and stiff, really. Should be good. Hold tune well. These I haven't touched, so they're all original. And yeah, so everything turned out great. Now, for me, I would disassemble this again, and I would paint these black or get some black pickup covers for them. So this is how it looks, like so. And then if I do this, there, doesn't that look so much better? To me, those black knobs, I just superimposed them on top of the regular ones, right? To me, that black switch tip and those black knobs just, I don't know, they just kind of bring out the guitar. Now, if you had black pickup covers, imagine how that would look. I think that would look slick. But, it's not my guitar, and it's not my call to make. So I'll see what he wants to do, and by the end of this video, you guys will see what we go with. So all I'm waiting for now is the replacement nut that I ordered. Obviously, there were none locally around here, so I had to order one off Amazon. It's coming from Cosmo Music. It's already been shipped, but I saw that it's shipped through FedEx. And no offense to anyone out there, but FedEx is terrible for small communities like mine here in PEI. Sometimes they show up in a couple days. Sometimes it could be a month. So I don't know what they're doing over there, but FedEx seems to be the most inconsistent shipping method for small communities like mine. Anyway, I just haven't had much luck with them. All right, well, finally got the nut. So you can see its radius there. So these nuts still work on a radiused channel like this one, or a flat one. And that's what that little nub is there for. So if you're using this nut in a flat channel, that you just need to put a little bit of glue on both ends and underneath that nub, and that's it. So that'll level the nut. But if not, they say you have to grind that little nub down. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to measure the thickness. I'm guarantee I'll have to file some down. This nut looks a little thicker than that channel just to the eye, but you never know. I've been wrong before. There was this one time in 93, I was wrong about something. I can't remember what exactly, but so I did talk to the customer, and he said to go with black, but he didn't want to paint these in case he, you know, had a change of heart and wanted to go back original, and I totally understand. So I ordered these. The measurements were all good, and they came as a kit with some knobs and a black switch tip, so that's great. Problem is, these holes only line up on one of these three covers, and the other two, they're totally off. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but the measurements of the one were exactly the same as these, so one will fit, and the other ones, they don't fit at all. So I don't know if I can modify that, or maybe I can cut a channel in here and just like drop the cover on. So it'd be like an open top kind of where the pole pieces are. And underneath this is black anyway. So that might look okay. I don't know. But these are definitely not going to fit the way these holes are. So stay tuned. I'm going to go work on that nut. And then once that's installed, we'll figure out what we're going to do with these guys. All right. Nut is in. Turned out pretty good. Wasn't a big deal to install. And that chip was already there. That's not me. It was just hidden by all the dirt on the fretboard. So yeah, that came out all right. There's a little bit of space here on the end, but it's just because somebody like at some point was, you know, digging in here trying to get the old nut out or whatever, or because the nut that was in here when I got it wasn't the original. So someone had, you know, obviously pulled out the original nut and tried to put a new one in. And so they kind of like made a mess here, this opening. So that's why there's kind of like a little gap. And, but it's minute. And the nut is well seated. Like I even tapped it in. It's not going anywhere. So it's definitely in there. On the other end is good. There's no gap there at all. So we're going to go with that. And hopefully that'll, you know, be at the right height. I might have to do some filing. Or, you know, hopefully I don't have to do any filling of the notches in here. But we'll see. All right, and now to address these pickup covers. All right, well, we got those covers on. In that kit, only one of the three fit properly. So I put it in the neck position. That one was fine. And then the other ones, you're not going to be able to tell, but I had to widen, like I had to enlarge these holes quite a bit to get the proper spacing. So here you can see, like you can almost see the coil of the pickup. Like the hole was way over here, and I had to widen it all the way out there so that it would fit over this pole piece. So yeah, what a weird setup. Anyway, worked out okay. Just need to install that black switch tip, and voila, there it is. Now I need to install the strings and, you know, adjust that bridge. Hopefully the nut will just be dialed in. What are the chances of that? But we'll see. And that'll be it. All right, guys, it is finished. I'm not gonna lie, this was a big job. Man, I don't know how many times I had to take that neck off, you know, to find the proper shim just to get it perfect. I just wanted to get it so that there were no screws sticking out of these saddles, and where the action was perfect and the radius was good, because this is 7.25, right? So you really have to radius this bridge quite a bit. And if you look at that, right? You You can see how that's really staggered there, how it goes up and down from the bass string all the way up to the high treble string. So anyway, yeah, it was good. Like this is the first guitar I work on that has a 7.25 radius. So just that, had to clean all the pots, clean the switch. I used a product called Deoxit. I worked them a lot and they're fine, no scratchiness. This pearloid pickguard really brings out the guitar. You know, the black makes it look white, but it's kind of an off-white color. The pickguard came with the back cover plate, so I installed it. It lined up perfectly. This Music Lily stuff is great quality. Most of the swirl marks and the scratches and everything came out. So, I mean, there's still, you know, you can still tell it's an old guitar, which is really cool, though. The neck set in there perfectly with the new shim. So no issues whatsoever. String alignment is great. Spacing is great. That nut worked out perfectly. I had to file every slot, though. Obviously, it was too high. And it wasn't filed for a 7.25 radius. So I had to fix everything. But it sat in there nice. I used the string trees that were on it. Tightened and lubricated all of these tuners. I sanded the back of the neck just to get some of the stickiness off of it. Turned out great. So yeah, this thing looks fantastic. I don't know, it's just something about it that I really like. Oh, in case you're wondering about all the factory parts, no worries. So the factory, well, the original pickguard, I don't think this is the factory one, but the pickguard that was on it is over there. And all the original parts, so volume knob, switch tip, the original saddles, and the pickup covers, they're all in there. So no problemo if he ever wants to bring it back to what it was. We're going to plug it in and get some tones for you. And all I'm going to be using is the guitar straight into this little Vox MV50. I'll do a video on that thing. It's pretty cool. You know, it's not nothing fancy, but it's not too bad. No reverb, no anything, just straight into some clean tones. And I'm using a 110 birch plywood cab with a Jensen P10R speaker in it. All right, before we get started with the tone test, I'm sure inquiring minds would like to know what kind of output was in the 1982 Made in Japan Stratocaster. So bridge pickup, full tone, full volume, comes in at 4.37. Middle pickup comes in at 4.38. And neck pickup comes in at 4.27. So these are ceramic pickups, as you saw in previous video. And they're not very hot, that's for sure. Second position, or bridge and middle, comes in at 2.21. And fourth position, middle and neck, come in at 2.18. So there you have it. All right, so there you go. Nice quiet switch, nice quiet volume pot, nice quiet tone pot, and nice quiet other tone pot. Okay. Bridge. Full volume, full tone. Not bad. Middle position. Neck. Bridge and middle position. And middle and neck position. Wow, you know what? I'm not a big fan of ceramic pickups, but these sound pretty good. So punchy. And then so warm, the other end of the spectrum. You get a lot of tones with this. Let's crank the gain up, see what we get. All right, 3/4 gain. Bridge pickup, we get this. Wow, I like it. Middle position. Neck position. Wow, I like it. Second position. Oh, that's cool. That a lot. Fourth position, so middle and neck. I'm gonna have to find me a 1982 made in Japan Stratocaster. Wow, man. This thing plays like butter. Holy smokes. Anyway, I like this thing. Will, I really hope you like it too. This is a great guitar, man. I hope it lasts you for a lot of years. So, that's it, guys. Thank you for following me on this. You guys take care. God bless. And we'll see you in the next project. Keep rocking that 6-string. Only one thing left to do. An awesome guitar. Should have a nice clean home. Sweet.